Boom, 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 boom. I am Groot, Groot. Welcome back to Nerd Thug Radio. I am your Captain Joey Savage, along with my heterosexual Groot partner.
Corey DLG.
I am Groot.
And I am Groot.
I'm just going to talk like right here on this
You're
thing.
listening to us on Condos
Right
FM 104.5, 106.1. Just kill us, Mike. Just kill us.
Yeah.
Hyper aggressive.
Worldwide at irlonestar.com. You can catch us.
And he's gone.
NerdThugRadio.com for the podcast.
And look at that, he's back.
Twitter is at NerdThugRadio. Facebook.com/NerdThugRadio. Come say hi, join us, share it with your
stations.
friends. You're late.
Oh,
You're
Just
late.
a little bit.
there was some foul play involved
We've come to the part of the show,
that nobody cares about.
and that's why we call this the
Nico
segment.
What was that?
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
All right, Nico, what you
I
got
am
for us
Groot.
today?
I am Groot. I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
No, not the button.
What you got for us today, buddy?
So, today,
Should look this
I
way.
would like to explore one of the very most important life lessons of all time that I've been taught to by my very own Corey DLG.
Oh, God.
Ooh,
Oh,
this is
God.
dangerous.
Oh, God.
So, today, there was a event for college advisors.
Oh, I know. Okay.
So there was they had food, and they were having their little meeting in their little room off to the side. I'm over here at the tables playing card games, like a real college student.
Right?
Working on college stuff at school.
So they finish
Okay.
up their meeting. There's people walking out. They got plates of food. So I just roll up on in there and grab some food.
That's
and
right.
then roll on out.
And no one says a word.
Because if you walk with confidence,
no one
will stop
questions where
Right.
you are.
Were you wearing a button down?
No.
Excellent.
I was literally
Even
wearing
better.
this my Nerd Thug Radio T-shirt. I walked in and grabbed some food, and
That's-
I walked
you.
out.
Look at that, how I'm positively impacting lives.
You are.
I'm a leader amongst
While
them.
he's at school doing his schoolwork, he snuck in and grabbed some food
That's right.
when
He
no one
stole,
was looking.
He stole from people on advice from his counsel.
I am Groot.
So good at this game.
You're getting good at it.
Is that not like? But is it?
No, it's 100%
Yeah,
fact. I think
yeah.
it's one of the most important life lessons that like you have to just take in, especially like
Be
at my
confident.
age. Just be confident in yourself. Be confident in your ability to walk in there and then walk out unscathed.
This is going to be the most real part of this entire show.
Oh,
today.
for sure. There's so many times my friends and I got away with stuff. I said got away. We did whatever we wanted because I would always just tell people, listen, man, if you act like you're supposed to be there, no one's going to ask any questions.
Well, just circle it back around to where we're at now, Nerd Thug Radio.
Right.
We believe in ourselves. We take it very seriously, and we're very confident when we talk to people, whether it be celebrities or potential guests, potential sponsors.
Yeah.
Getting on this station, we're confident. Like the first Comic Palooza, we've been doing this for a month now. I think.
Right.
Just 1 month, maybe 6 shows, I think as it was. And Ming Chen left his comfort zone, and Corey just said, "Screw it.
As soon as those blue shirts weren't guarding him, I jumped on it.
I'm gonna get confident." Walked up, just hey, Corey DLG with Nerd Thug Radio. We talk about nerd stuff, and bam, next thing you know, we're interviewing Ming Chen.
That's right.
You just got to be confident, no matter what it is you do. Just
For sure.
If my thing that I've always said, which kind of goes along with this, Nico, is if you don't believe in yourself, who will?
Right.
If you can't believe in yourself, you can't expect anybody else.
Yeah, because let's be clear. Like, when it comes down to it, everybody else is too busy taking care of themselves.
Right.
No one's going to spend that energy on you until you make yourself worth their energy.
Right.
So, yeah, absolutely. Now, yeah, when you get to that point, there's always a point in life that you could reach where other people all of a sudden are going to do for you.
Right.
But until you get there, you got to do for yourself.
Got to believe in yourself first.
What was it? What was on the table? What
It
did they
was
have?
like
What was the-
barbecue.
what was the spread?
Like a bunch of stuff. I think they got like Papa's barbecue catering. So I was like, fire! I was in there. I was literally I had 2 other friends that walked in, and they're like, oh, I don't know, because they were asking questions, and I was like, don't ask questions. You just walk in.
Boom!
You just walk in, you grab yourself some of that brisket,
Exactly.
some of them sausages, a little bit of potato salad,
Exactly.
maybe some baked beans,
And then
a
you
little bit of pickles.
Literally just walk out.
Yeah,
That's it.
Some mac and
That's all
cheese.
you need.
That's it.
And there was
Cream
another
corn.
there was another event where you had to sign up. I literally just wrote over there, scribbled my name down, and then I just like grabbed the food and then walked out again.
Nice. That's
And
a
I
good
was
one.
like, what? Staying here? That's trash. So it was something that was just like, oh, okay. Like my friend actually stayed in there, and he was like, oh, it was a lot of fun. And I was like, well, I didn't want to stay there.
Right.
I came for the food.
Yeah.
I came for a reason.
I did
and
it for the
left.
sausages
Mission accomplished.
and the baked beans
And the baked beans.
and the tater salad.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm
It's
glad,
good
I'm glad
tater
you're taking
salad.
my lesson to heart and using it for good. But
Use it for good.
yeah.
My hunger.
What I meant, Nico, is be confident whenever you're trying to get a job or talking to
No,
a
what I meant was
potential love
exactly that.
interest.
Steal
food.
food. That's exactly
Steal-
what I meant. That is.
That's how you
Taters.
sustain yourself.
There's nothing more
these taters are
Corey
good.
than using the confidence to steal food. That is 100%
Exactly.
what I meant.
Yes, that is.
That's how the professionals do it.
legit.
But no, you're definitely right. If you believe in yourself, people
We'll believe in you.
they're so unlikely to. They're just people don't want to ask questions. No one wants to be the guy who's like, "I'm in charge of food. Who are you? Why are you here?"
Who are you?
Right. No one wants to be that.
Raise your
person.
hand if you're not supposed to be here.
People
Yeah, exactly.
are generally uncomfortable with conflict. Even people who
Simple conflict.
even people who are usually aggressive. I watched this. I was watching some YouTube clips, and it was a different podcast with some celebrities, and they've been doing theirs for a long time. And they had Nancy Grace on, and they basically when they had her on, they called her on something. Nancy Grace, I'm not a fan of hers. I don't consider her a good person. I think she kind of coattails on tragedy to build her career. I think
Right.
that's been her model.
Or
And-
stick.
And essentially, they call her on that, because she does things like she makes like hashtag baby and dryer, to kind of shorthand a case, but also like that's kind of disrespectful to the victims.
Yeah.
And she claims to be a victim's advocate. That's what she says.
Hashtag taters and baked beans.
Right. So the guys,
Exactly.
the
That's
people,
yours.
yeah, there you go. So the people were like, do you see how if you say things like hashtag baby and dryer, you're belittling, the victims, like you're kind of
Right, no, you are.
trivializing something bad. And she was like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. But what I do is I give the victims an opportunity to speak. I help solve crime. And
It's all crime.
and after about 10 minutes of being on the show, and they do 20-minute segments. After about 10 minutes, she quit the interview.
She said, "In your face, Nancy Grace."
She quit the interview because she was tired of being challenged.
Right.
People don't like to challenge and be challenged. It's an uncomfortable thing.
They don't
And-
respond well.
Right, and they handled themselves very well. They were literally just kind of presenting scenarios and like, well, what's your explain how you feel about what you did here. And,
Yeah.
and essentially in every one of the situations, she was basically the same. She just, listen, I'm sorry you feel that I overstepped any sort of bound, and she was very unapologetic about it. But she did. She bailed on that interview
Said, "I'm done.
very quickly.
We'll do it live."
Well,
yeah.
she basically said,
We'll do it live.
and what she said was sort of cowardly. She was like, it's obvious you guys don't like me, and I'm sorry that I have presented myself in a way that you feel like you don't have to like me. But obviously, y'all don't want to hear anything I have to say, so I'm just going to go ahead and go.
And obviously, in your face, Nancy Grace.
Right, and they were actually giving her plenty of opportunity, but they were just presenting things she's done and asking kind of for an opening,
An explanation.
Yeah, and she was very uncomfortable with
Own
that.
up to it.
That I think is actually, even bigger than that. Just like I'm saying, people don't like conflict, and that's why if you walk confidently, people aren't going to question it because
They don't want to start that conflict.
they don't want to start a conflict. But even bigger than that, I think people now are starting to turn on the idea that you can be questioned on things, which is odd to me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't have the ability to question me on that. Well, no, I mean, if you did it, you do have to be able to defend your
Exactly.
actions.
You don't get a free pass just
Right.
because of whatever arbitrary reason.
right, and
Well,
that
right,
was,
well, like it's with us. Like we can't just go up to someone and be like, "Hey, we're on the radio," and expect them just to be like,
Yeah,
"Okay,
to
cool.
give
What do you want?
what do you want? What can I give you?
We have to defend ourselves and
We
be
have
like,
to
"Hey, this
present who we are and
is
explain
what we can
it
do."
exactly.
Blah blah blah. This is all these good things.
Right.
All the-
I see a lot of that in my my college
thing.
classes, just because it's just a lot of there's a lot of questions, especially in my government class, where it's just very it's like class driven.
Yeah,
Because they're like, our teacher will be like, here's a question, and then like no one will say anything for like 5 minutes, and then some person speaks, and then that kind of breaks the silence up a little
Right.
bit.
Everybody's scared to be that first person.
I was
Exactly.
always that first person in classes speaking because I didn't mind, and I didn't necessarily feel like I had to be right. I just if yeah, I don't know what you're doing right there.
You always expect to be right.
No, I know what I mean by that
I'm
is
right 100%, 10% of the time.
what I mean by that is I would make, because it's a class discussion, like a hypothetical. Typically, I don't have a problem stating the other side that I believe, as long as I feel like it's a defendable position.
Well, you're very comfortable just public speaking in general. and
Right.
You don't get rattled or
Man,
nervous.
that's the one thing it's never bothered me. I've
Speaking
always,
your
yeah,
mind.
man.
Yeah.
Like I've always been okay with that. I remember just stays with me forever. When I lived in my childhood, at one point I left my mom's house and I lived with my dad. So we had to change schools in the middle of our school career and blah blah blah. And they didn't have all the advanced programs that I was in as a nerd kid. So I was
Yeah, what a Jane, you're
I was
A nerdist elite.
I was a 12-year-old in the halls of a high school taking sophomore classes at the age of 12. and there was an English class where it was a lot of discussion. We were doing a lot of reading and a lot of discussion. And the very first time we sit down and have a discussion, I don't remember what the book was now, but I wish I could remember. But anyway, at the time, the Iraq War was starting to kind of the Gulf War, the first one, was kind of gearing up. And so, or just winding down, one of the
Winding down. It was like 93, 94, so this would have been 96.
Yeah. So it was like winding down, and everybody was finally home. And
Operation Kuwait was probably going on.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was. And so the teacher kind of tied war into the book because war was what's on the television and what's going on. And so I remember she kind of wanted to have a conversation about war and how we felt about it. And for about 30 seconds, no one speaks. And finally, I was like, frankly, war is the only way to decide who's 100% right or wrong. And everyone was kind of like, what?
Who is this kid?
Who's this
Who's
12-year-old?
this kid with the
Right.
fat head?
Right. And I was like, honestly, like, yeah, if you sit down and negotiate it and diplomacy it out, like, even the right side, quote unquote, the right side, will have to make concessions to the wrong side.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you go over there and you just kick their butts, you don't have to give them anything.
Yeah.
I'm
Anything
100% right.
Right. Anything you give them after that is
100.
and I don't believe
100.
I don't personally believe in war, but the reality is, yeah, if you got to negotiate, that means you got to give something up, even if you're morally the high ground.
Yeah, no compromise.
Yeah, you don't have to compromise if you win.
That's right, you don't.
So yeah, I just remember it sticks with me forever because the whole class kind of looked at me like,
What?
This kid's crazy.
Who this 10-year-old?
Moral of the story: just be confident.
Yeah, man.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
If nothing else, you're hearing
It's
this,
not a joke.
and you're thinking like, man, today, I should have done this, but I didn't. Next time it comes up, do it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Unless it's something really bad, don't say we
Unless
told you
it's a
to do
crime
that.
against humanity.
Right.
Yeah.
Sean Spicer.
We're
Sounds spicy.
gonna jump out real quick here to a break. But when we come back, we're gonna wrap this show up with something super nerdy. NerdThugRadio.com.
Hashtag talking nerdy to you.
I don't know anything nerdy.